How to organize Pokemon cards in a binder. It's a simple question, but with a sort of nuanced answer. Right here, I've got a stack of cards, a brand new binder. We're going to put the cards in the binder, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it every step of the way. So it should be super simple to understand. So I got the cards, the binder, I got some sleeves on hand here too. And then I've also got this player's guide. This is optional, but highly recommended. This comes with the Elite Trainer Box Pokemon TCG product, which is, I think, the best selling TCG product. So you should be able to grab one of those. So here's a card, Bulbasaur. If we look at the lower left, we have a number 001 of 165. So the number on the left is the card's number, the number on the right is the set number. This means there are 165 cards in the set, and Bulbasaur here is number 1. So we'll put him in the first slot. But look at this. We have another Bulbasaur card. What do? This is also number 001 of 165, as you can see, but it looks a little bit different. So this is a reverse holo. That means that the foil pattern is a little bit different. Do we put it here? No, we do not. We put it beside. Okay, putting 2 cards in one pocket is bad practice and can damage your cards. We don't do that. Ivysaur is number 2. So it's actually going to go in the 3rd slot here, and then the reverse Ivysaur will go in the 4th slot. Now, the Venusaur I don't have. I also don't have the non-holo Charmander. So next up is the reverse holo Charmander. I leave those 2 spots empty because later on I will hopefully get the Venusaur and I will put it in that empty slot. So let's just have a look at the player's guide here. This is really helpful. So we can see I've got my Bulbasaurs, my Ivysaur, and there's the Venusaur I'm missing, and the Charmander I'm missing, and then the Charmander and the Charmeleon I have. So you can see how useful this book really is. And I'm going to keep it on hand and count with my finger just like this, like I'm 5 years old, because I will still probably make mistakes. So it's pretty simple in theory, but it's really easy to screw up. So next we got Squirtles and a Wartortle. I'm missing the reverse Wartortle, I'm missing the Blastoise, so I'm going to move ahead 3 spaces to the Caterpie. Now the player's guide is also going to show us what variants there are for each card. So there is a key up top there to the rarity symbols and everything like that, and it's going to show us that Caterpie has a non-holo and a reverse holo variant. Beedrill looks a little different. This is a holo. So if we were to check the player's guide, it would indicate that the Beedrill has a holo and a reverse holo variant, but no non-holo. Sounds a little bit confusing, but I promise it's easy if you've got the player guide. So if we look here, we have a red and a blue symbol above the Beedrill, and if we check the key, that just tells us that we have a holo and a reverse holo. So I'm going to keep going here. I've sped this up, obviously, and I keep just shuffling the cards around, putting them where they go. And pretty quick here, we're going to come up on our first EX card. So this is a Pokemon 151 set. This came out in 2023. Sets are a little more complicated now. Back in the day in 1999 when we had base set with 102 cards, Alakazam was first, number 1, and an energy card, I can't remember which one, was 102. You put them in order, but it's just about 2024 now, and we have all sorts of different things like, yes, reverse holos, we have secret rares, we have promos that work a little bit differently. So it's a little more complicated, but again, don't mean to overwhelm you. We will go through this step by step. Now, I'm about to make my first mistake here, and you can see on the left I have the player's guide, but it is not open. I'm checking it periodically, and so I realized that I made a mistake. Don't worry if you make a mistake during this process. It happens all the time. I've been collecting Pokemon cards for over 20 years, and I swear, every time I organize cards into a binder, I I make at least two mistakes. I gotta go back and I gotta move all my cards forward or back a space. It's totally normal. Don't get frustrated, is all I'm trying to say. So, yes, I missed a card. Now I have to move all of these cards ahead of space. It's fine. And you'll notice, maybe you haven't noticed, I've chosen to sleeve hollow cards and up. I should say, I've chosen to not sleeve the non-hollows and the reverse hollows. Now that's just personal preference. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. If you want to sleeve every single card, that's totally cool. For me, I just actually don't have that many sleeves on hand today. And I don't really worry too much about the common non-hollow cards. So I'm just checking the player's guide more frequently now. I've learned my lesson and I've left it open to the side, so now I can reference it constantly. Remember to leave these spaces open. If you forget, then if you go buy a booster pack and get some more cards, then obviously you're going to have to go through the whole process again. And so you'll notice the binder I'm using is actually the Pokemon 151 binder. This came with the cards, and these binders are actually pretty decent. I don't see anything wrong with using them. The only thing you have to note is that they only have enough room for the master set, not including the promos. So here we come up to our first crossroads. We have this Electabuzz, and then we have this Hollow Electabuzz. But if you look closely, it's a little bit different than our other Hollow cards. It has this Cosmos foil pattern. You can see all those little orbs in the foil there. Now this is a promo that came with one of the products off the shelf, but it doesn't say promo in the lower left. So this is sort of it's an unlisted variant in the player's guide, and then it's also unlisted in the promo cards. So really, sadly, this card has no home. Where will you put it? Personally, I'm going to keep it off to the side, and I'm going to put it with the promos. I might put it at the end of the binder, but I don't really want to put it in the pockets here in order. Feels wrong to me. It might feel right to you. That's totally fine. This isn't law. It's up to the user. So after the Electabuzz there, I did leave a space. That's for the reverse hollow Electabuzz. And then I have that funny promo one. Like I said, I'll figure out what to do with that later. So there are some funny things like that pop up every now and then, and it's different with every set. So if you're watching this in the future and you're trying to organize a more complicated set into a binder, don't worry. There's different ways to do things, and everyone's a little bit different. Hopefully I can complete the master set here. So a master set is really just every card of a set. It includes the non-hollows, the reverse hollows, the hollows, every single card. And a lot of people will argue that you should include the promos in a master set. Some will say not. Again, up to you. So if you look at this, 165 out of 165. I've completed the set, right? This is last card? No, unfortunately not. So as we move forward here, there's going to be cards that exceed the set number. These are called secret rares. They're not so secret anymore, as you can see. We can see them all in the book here. But back in the day, they weren't listed, and so you could actually pull it from a booster pack, like Shining Gyarados, for example. And it was a secret because you didn't really know about it until one of your friends at school got it, probably. So the pull rates here are a lot different. As you can see, I don't have a lot of these cards. I'll continue to work on this set here on my collection, but for now I only have, I think, 4 or 5 secret rares. They're pretty tough to get. And as a side note, you're better off purchasing singles online than chasing them by opening packs. So I'm just counting out the spaces here. Like I'm, again, 5 years old, and I do still make mistakes. And so we're at the end here. I'm missing 4 more cards to round this off, and then there will be 4 empty slots to the binder. 4 empty slots, you can leave them empty. You can put that Electabuzz there. I think there's another Kadabra similar to that Electabuzz where it's not a promo and it doesn't fit in the set. Maybe that can go there. 4 slots isn't a whole lot to work with. Now, looking at the player's guide, these are some of the promo cards. If you want to put the promo cards in a binder with the set, you're going to have to find a bigger binder than this Pokemon 151 binder. Just as a note. And right here, I'm realizing that I made my second mistake. I put a promo Zapdos where the regular Zapdos should go. My bad, and it even says promo on it in the lower left. So I'm going to put that with my promo cards. And that is how you organize Pokemon cards in a binder. Again, get the player's guide. It comes with an ETB, or if you know anyone, I'm sure they will donate one to you. It's unique per every set. And just go in order. It's really that simple. It's very therapeutic as well, and it's very fun. And I highly recommend just sitting down by yourself, or if you have kids, then do this with your kids. It's a wonderful experience. I've been doing it since I was literally 6 years old. It's kind of like a happy place for me. So good luck organizing your Pokemon cards in a binder. If you do have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I try and get back to every single question. I don't mind. I actually love it. So feel free to leave a comment. I hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching.